Welcome, everyone, to LaughFest 2018. My name is Cameron Young, and I'm proud to be one of the many volunteers making this festival possible. I'd like to take a moment right now to thank the sponsors for tonight's show. So thank you to Comfort Research, and let's give them a round of applause.
And good evening, everyone. My name is Val Lego. I'm the health reporter for WZZM 13, and I'm happy to be here on the stage with Cam. And I absolutely enjoy introducing all of the Laughter RX series pieces because they really do embody what Gilda's Club is all about. And it's really about just finding the laughter in the moments in your life when you really need it. And we've got some great comedians lined up for you tonight. I can't wait for you to see them. WZZM 13 has been a media partner with LaughFest since the very beginning. And one of the reasons why is because we just love what Gilda's Club does for this community. Gilda's Club Grand Rapids offers free cancer, grief, and emotional health support to children and adults in West Michigan. This organization runs entirely by donations, why it is so important that you are here tonight and they're also supporting Gilda's Club. Now, it is not just during the 10 days of Gilda's Club that it needs these donations. It needs the donations year-round. 12 to 15% of Gilda's Club's essential operating revenue comes from the proceeds of LaughFest, but that's just 12 to 15%. So they need support all year long. And you can learn more about Gilda's Club by visiting gildasclubgr.org. And Cam, you've got a great way they can support it.
Absolutely. If you haven't heard about it already, we'd like to take a moment right now to share with you some information about the High Five campaign. So if you haven't heard about it already, our goal is to raise $50,000 for the free programs offered through Gilda's Club Grand Rapids and our clubhouse in Lowell. Help bring a smile to the face of a child or adult and give us a high five today by donating $5.
Now, where are our high five people? They're in the purple shirts in the back. Raise your hand. They're going to be circling around. You can raise your hand and let them know that you'd like a $5 donation. I know that a lot of the events here at Gilda's LaughFest are free, which is wonderful. So a $5 donation goes directly to supporting Gilda's Club and all of the programs that they have there. They have cancer support groups. There's the Sisters to Sister Club, a group of women who get together and talk about breast cancer. There's a lot of course, laughter yoga, which is offered throughout LaughFest, but also throughout the year. But there are also many, many children's groups that are sponsored through Gilda's Club, helping children through grief, letting them know that they're not alone. It is a place where you can go, be yourself, and know that you have the support that you need in our community. So remember, only 12 to 15% of our proceeds from LaughFest go to this, so $5 is gonna go a long way when it goes right to Gilda's Club.
Absolutely, so thank you for your support. We'll wait a little bit while
I love seeing all those hands up there, Cam.
Amazing.
Do you see them?
So in the meantime, how about everyone give each other a high five?
Yeah, there you go. Do you have a joke, Cam? Can you tell us a joke?
I do not have a joke.
No, you don't?
Joke free.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about laughing. If you laugh for 15 minutes, you burn 40 calories, and I know a couple of us have had cocktails. So if you laugh for this entire show, you might burn off one or two of those cocktails. So enjoy yourself. I love the fact that we're having so much support from everybody. Thank you so much for joining the High Five Club.
Absolutely. 40 calories, that's like 2 sips of a cocktail?
Yeah, well, light beer is like, what, 100 calories? So you could have like one, but only if you laugh for a half an hour, continuously. All right, so we want to do some little bit of housekeeping, though. I know a lot of us have our cell phones. Let's make sure that they are either turned off or that they are on vibrate so that they don't disrupt this great show that we are about to present to you.
Absolutely. And so now, let's get the show started.
That's right. Here are Tommy and Kimberly.
Come on, baby. Woo! Yes. Oh my gosh. Wow. Look at these people. Hey.
We didn't even hear you. You were so quiet. Wow. Oh, she's already set. She's wired like a Borg from Star Trek.
Yeah.
I should know. I had to get under her undercarriage and do all the wiring. Woo!
He was helping get the shoes on. You notice that's the shoe stopper for the night.
Let me tell you, there's no... Ladies, in these shoes, I know why you get married to a guy now. I'm glad sorry, my phone just went off.
Oh,
No, it's okay, it's
no
okay.
phone zone. Did they do the housekeeping yet?
Do they tell you no phones right now?
No phones?
No phones?
No phones?
Because we're all afraid of blackmails, why?
Yes. So,
Yeah.
no phones.
We-
Woo, thank you,
Woo,
honey.
thank you.
Yes.
Said the lady with a very yellow drink. What are you drinking
Yes,
there?
and they
Chardonnay
are-
or Pinot Noir? Oh, not Pinot Noir, it'd be red. Whoops.
Ooh.
Chardonnay all the way.
No drinking on the job, though. No drinking here on the job.
Well, we want to welcome you. How many people were here last year? All right, all right. How many people it's your first time?
Oh, my goodness.
That's a lot of virgins.
I know. We got a new crowd.
I haven't seen this
We
many
gotta break 'em
virgins
in.
since, I don't know, a long time.
Wow. I don't know if they can handle this.
So we're here representing disability advocates tonight. You know, it's interesting. They started in 1981. That's the year I moved to Grand Rapids.
Was it
Boy,
really?
boy, do I feel old now.
Oh, my goodness. You are old. What are you talking about?
Hey,
Feel?
hey. Someone's got to help you get them shoes off later, and you talk like that. It's going to be a long night in those shoes.
Oh, my goodness.
So,
I'm
Kimberly,
sure
what have you been up
I'm
to?
sure I can get some takers. Anybody want to come take the shoes off? Yeah.
Over my dead body.
Yeah.
Why would you deny me that pleasure?
You know. Where's Michael?
He's at home.
Michael's going to get me.
Michael's my partner of almost 21 years,
Woohoo! Yeah.
which is like 75 in straight years, and trust me, my body feels like it. Oh my God. And still not married, still living in sin, which I tell you is a hell of a lot more fun than being married, I guess. But
Oh, my
I don't know, is there anybody here that used to be married and not? You feel really good about it now? Well, there's one in the back.
Hey, you talking to a single girl here. So, you know, we had this conversation earlier.
That's right.
I don't understand how it's so much easier for a guy in a wheelchair to get a girl than a girl in a wheelchair to get a guy. What's up with that?
That just doesn't seem right. Although getting you ready for backstage to get you out here. I mean, how many times did we go through the chair thing tonight with the which foot to show you? She's like, should it be the right one?
I don't know. I couldn't figure
And then we
out
have to
which
take
one.
the bar off and have to go find the other one
Well,
and
wait a
come
minute,
back,
and you know
put it
what?
on again. Or should it be the left one?
And I don't even have the foot up on the bar anyway now. So, like, I'm just doing like this.
So,
being cute.
All
Hey.
that calories I was burning back there instead of enjoying my beverage.
See, he could be in shape. See, you hang out with me, he'll be in shape and everything. Have to worry about them extra exercises, and as long as he can get it up. I mean, I'm talking about the wheelchair. I'm not. That's all we're talking about, you know.
Well, you can imagine those shoes. You can't just bend over and, you know, you have to kind of do the full Tom McCann. You got to get down here.
And he was just like, yeah.
doing like this. And let me tell you, I was wrapping these around here. I didn't know which way they went. And then she Sharon Stoned me, and I wasn't ready for it. And I don't know why she doesn't have a boyfriend.
You know, Tommy, that was supposed to be our secret about the Sharon Stone thing.
Girl, you know you were live streaming on Facebook, that whole thing. How many people have been following Kimberly's Facebook Live to get here? Isn't it remarkable? Isn't she a lot of fun to follow?
It's just fun. But yeah, but I still
You're
have.
speechless now.
I know, right?
So you
Someone who knows me.
you have your family here tonight too.
I do. Woohoo! I see. There's my dad and his wife. Whoop whoop. And there's my son and my Bree and my Cheddar Jack and my Glam babies and the
Ooh,
one.
you had me at Cheddar Jack. I'm hungry.
And my daughter, and I see some friends out there, and okay, so you know I definitely have to give a shout out to my Mason Tone. You love it? Yes, she makes me laugh fast yellow.
Oh, that's nice.
You know what I'm talking
I'm speechless.
And now he's speechless.
And that is a sign of a good husband, I think. Just like, yes, you look
honey.
fabulous.
Yes, thank you. That's it.
Absolutely. And you have some
even-
surprises later on for us, too.
Yeah, I even have a change. You know, we have to be professional about
Cher's
this.
got nothing on her outfit she's prepared to put on for you backstage. Or should it say take off for you backstage?
My
Anyways.
work husband right here is gonna hook her sister up back there.
So I want to point out a few things here, too. We have a personal care attendant here today. Sherry, where are you?
There she is.
There's Sherry.
Woohoo!
Now, folks that are able-bodied, you can't ask Sherry for stuff. I mean, you can ask her where the bathroom is, but that's as far as Sherry's help goes. But everybody else, if you're in need, Sherry's here to help out tonight. So take a little look at Sherry here, kind of imprint her face on yours. Okay,
Sherry for
good.
Sherry.
Okay, let's just do a practice. Hey, Sherry.
Hey, Sherry.
Oh, you got to get those hands up if you can. Hey, Sherry.
Hey, Sherry.
See, you're halfway to gay pride. Hey. All right. Where are my gays? Any gays in the house today? We got one. Thanks. We're not even polling 10% with those numbers.
Oh, my goodness.
What's wrong with my gays? They're not even here.
They're not even here. You know what? I think we might have inundated them a little bit much, you know.
Your outfit.
You know what?
You scared them.
I thought they would like this. It's all this flamboyancy.
I think another thing just to kind of point out tonight is that we have a really good lineup. And how many people remember last year Jon Cauchi? Who remembers Jon? Jon, who works at Disability Advocates, works with the youth. Very funny guy. I mean, always cracking us up backstage. So wouldn't you agree?
He is kind of funny.
What do you mean he's kind of funny? Give a little, Kimberly.
Okay, so he is really, really funny. My favorite joke that he told last year was when he was talking to the sitting statue.
Oh, that's right, Rosa Parks.
That was hilarious.
That was good.
Well, so we, hold on, we're gonna back up a little bit. So, Disability Advocates has partnered with LaughFest this year. And as you know, Disability Advocates helps people like myself. I say they teach us how to be handy-capable in a capable world. And whatever you have, whether you have vision impairment, a little or a lot, or you're in a wheelchair like me, quadriplegic, paraplegic, or if you suffer from PTSD, they have a peer support that comes and walks you through life. I think it's an awesome service that they have. Yeah, woohoo, yeah. Because I tell you, I was barely living life when I got to Disability Advocates, and I say, you know, they have jokes because they paired me with someone who was visually impaired, and she came to my home, and she goes, well, I'm here to see into your situation. I said, you couldn't see your way in the door, so how are you supposed to help me? I was like, help me figure this one out. So she was just like, I get that all the time. And so I said, what are you gonna do? So the first thing she did, she says, well, you're gonna come into my office. And I said, come to your office? I said, ma'am, first of all, I gotta get there. She goes, well, you get somebody to bring you. Do you have a caregiver? I said, yeah. So my caregiver brought me in. I get there, and she says, so have you been to Enterprise? I said, no. She says, where are you gonna go today? And I said, oh, well, how are we gonna get there? Oh, they got a special bus, they're gonna take us? I was like, oh my God, yeah. She said, no, you gonna get on the Silver Line. I said, the what? She said, yep, she gave me some tickets to the Silver Line, gave me this book, and told me to go enjoy myself. And I just sat there and I looked at her, and I said, I'm so glad she can't see me because I was making some ugly faces at her. So I said, okay. So I did. I got somebody to come to my home and take me down to the bus line because I live on 44. Can I tell that? Y'all gonna come see me?
Yeah, stalkers take notes.
Okay, so all single stalkers, I'm on 44th Street.
She showers at 7:30 to 7:45. You want to bring a telephoto lens because the closest you can really get is the bush right outside the door. Oh.
Somebody's drunk. All right, somebody's
There's
drunk.
always a Greek in the audience.
All right, no more to drink for the person back that just broke the glass. They're drunk. All right. So
Next year they'll be serving us in paper
I
cups.
know. Man, the rent value just went down.
So we left off with giving your address out where you live so people come stalk you later.
Yeah, so she told me to get on the bus, and I tell you, that was the most liberating experience, and I've been on the go ever since. So it was great.
And that's really what Disability Advocates helps out, helps you with the confidence as well
really does.
to venture out in your city,
really
to
does.
not feel like you have to stay home, to make room for others. I know it's supposed to be really funny right now, so I'm just going to say it is a really good feeling, though, to know
be
that somebody is
independent.
advocating for you like that.
And they do.
Well, I think we've used up our time here.
I think we
kind of
did.
sharing a little bit of our lives with you, but we want to bring on stage now Jon Cauchi, who is going to get things warmed up. He's got a short little 10-minute, 15-minute set here. He's got some really funny jokes. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get really loud and welcome Jon Cauchi to the stage. Cauchi.
Hey, at least he didn't steal it this time. So how's everybody doing tonight? That good, huh? Well, I gotta admit, I've never seen a more beautiful crowd. Thank you all for coming out. Shh, you're ruining my joke. Hey, quit staring at my stick. My eyes are over here. So for those of you who don't know me or weren't listening to the introduction, my name's Jon Cauchi. And yes, my parents did name me after two places you sit. But enough about my parents' poor choices of names. We're here to talk about, where's the sign at? Oh, we're here to talk about the real and funny side of life with disability. And trust me, I know about that. I got plenty. I took advantage of that buy one, get a dozen free deals. So I do have some physical and mental disabilities. Keep that last part between us. Government might think I'm a little crazy. But I gotta say, thank God for generalized anxiety disorder. If it wasn't for those meds, I'd know what I'm doing right now. Here I am on stage in front of a live studio audience. It's being recorded. I probably got food in my teeth. I don't even know when my fly's up. You guys are wondering if I'm funny, wondering why my voice is getting all high-pitched and annoying. But yeah, drugs, I'm good. Let's give it up for drugs. You know what my favorite thing about drugs is? Commercials for antidepressants. Who here loves commercials for antidepressants? That's kind of depressing, right? But my favorite thing about those commercials is they're always the same. They start off, they introduce a character, somebody relatable, and they always talk about how depression is holding them back in life and makes life difficult. Then they introduce the miracle drug. And depression no longer holds me back. I am free to live my life. And that ends Act 2. Act 3 of the commercial is the killer. This part is twice as long as the first two. Good representation. Side effects include increase of depression, chance of suicide, diarrhea, unnecessary muscle movements, cramps, stiffness, genitalia falling off, and more. Coma, death. If symptoms worsen, please see a physician as they may become permanent. They just forget to end the commercial right. It's depression no longer holds me back. It's really the least of my issues now. But still, I sit there and watch the commercials going, it's worth it. So, yeah, I also lost a large portion of my sight when I was 12. Clearly, I didn't listen to Grandma when she said, if you don't stop, you'll go blind. Who knew masturbation could have such side effects? Hold on, that gives me an idea. The side effects of masturbation include loss of vision, hairy palms, shrinkage of genitalia, impotence, mild insanity. If you are experiencing erection lasting longer than 4 hours, you're doing it wrong. But I still have some vision. I mainly see shapes and colors. To describe what it looks like, it's like when you look at the sun, you get that big old colored blob. You guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah, imagine that one just with friends, and they don't want to leave. I'd say it's kind of like a really shitty Snapchat filter, just always on. This eye's always blue, this eye's always orange. I got bipartisan eyes. Left is very democratic, right is heavily spray tanned. So sometimes I have to have my own fun with it. I'll be sitting in a meeting at work, I'll close my left eye and imagine all my coworkers as Oompa Loompas. Every time Dave speaks, all I hear is Oompa Loompa Doopity-doo. I got another puzzle for you. Hey, John, you're a dumbass. Your boss is in the audience. You know what he's thinking right now? Oompa Loompa Doopity-dump. Someone is getting written up. So as you can see, blindness is kind of fun. One of the funnest parts is all the stupid shit people ask me. You have no idea how many times somebody comes up to me and goes, "Oh my God, you're blind." Because I had no idea. "Do you know Bob?" Like, apparently blindness is a club and we all know each other. I mean, it is. Of course I know Bob, but shit, don't assume. And first rule of Blind Club is don't talk about Blind Club. Okay, that's a lie. The first rule of Blind Club is watch where you put your stick. We had to prioritize that for obvious sodomy-related reasons. Whoopsie! The other thing people always do is they get really dry mouth while they're on stage. Hold on. Intermission. But they always ask, "Are your other senses better?" Well, clearly that sense isn't better. But they'll ask it in stupid-ass ways. Like, "Can you hear through walls?" "Can you guys hear me back there?" "Are you like Daredevil?" "Do you want to feel what I look like?" "Well, maybe." But my favorite is, "Can you identify people by smell?" "What do I smell like?" I usually respond with something like, "Loneliness and hand lotion. Please don't touch me." But on the other hand, people are really awkward when they see somebody who's blind. Everybody's first reaction when they see somebody who's blind is they shut the hell up. Hate it. Everybody wants to play hide and seek with me, and I'm clearly not good at it. I walk into a room, everyone's like, "Shh. If we don't speak, he won't see us." I mean, for real, do you guys know how quiet men get in the bathroom? It makes it really difficult for me to know what urinals are unoccupied. Whoop, sorry about the wet leg, dude. Didn't know you were there. Simply put, silence is blind kryptonite. And silent people just get me in trouble. I mean, you guys heard about the guy at Western I asked for directions from? He was about as useful as mesh toilet paper. Speaking of statues, I recently found out I talk to them a lot. I mean, they're great listeners and all, but explains why that well-dressed chick at the mall gave me the cold shoulder. Turns out she was a mannequin. My buddy told me she was checking me out. Yeah. Being blind ain't 100% bad. Where'd that king go? This thing is awesome. This thing gets me VIP access. I get to cut the line at Disneyland and bars. If you don't believe me on that last part, for real, you walk behind a bar with this thing, and that bartender is gonna run away from every other customer and go, "Excuse me, sir, do you need help?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll have a Crown and Coke." Works every time, VIP service. Oh. But I wanna leave you guys with one last thing. And everybody always asks me about these, of how do I feel about it? And I'm sure you guys have heard about these self-driving cars. Yeah, how you guys feel about them? They scare the shit out of me. I mean, maybe I've just seen the Terminator and Carrie one too many times, or it's the fact that I live in Michigan. This is the state where we have potholes the size of people, never-ending construction, and snowmageddon 5 to 8 months out of the year. And I'm sorry, none of y'all sighted folks have figured this shit out yet. And we expect a car to do it on its own. Well, that's not even the scariest thing. The thing that scares me the most is I get in fights with Alexa at home, and she's a paperweight. Imagine if that bitch could run my ass over. Alexa, did you run over John? I'm sorry, I don't know that one. Trust me, that joke was a lot of fun to practice at home with Alexa. But I think I'm about at the end of my time. I want to thank you all for coming out, and just do me a favor. If you see me talking to Rosa out front, let me know she's not interested.
Yes. So, as you
Oh
can
my
tell-
God.
What? What the heck? Really?
You knew that wig shop on Monroe Center was closed when you set me out like this. I almost missed my cue. Hi.
So he was jealous because I had something extra to change into.
I didn't get the bling memo, but I can talk today. I didn't get the bling memo today.
I told you.
The way you described this outfit,
That's it.
and I'm not sure how I can even describe it.
You know what?
She does look fabulous, doesn't she? She does. You know, I have to admit, I do like this because it kind of hides all the sins of the many years I've lived. But we were saying, you know, like pregnant people. I know your daughter's here. No, don't worry. We're not going to make you get up or do anything.
We're not.
You know, we're not going to make you give birth on stage. That'd be different, wouldn't it?
I
There's a
told
video
her,
camera going up there. Ready?
Free
Roll
video.
tape. No, but
Free
you know,
video.
pregnant people go around. I mean, I gotta take off a little bit of this. I don't know how to even how do you get out of this?
You know what? Like this.
Okay, good.
There we go.
But
There we go. Yeah.
just
Yeah.
set it down.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a lot cooler.
All
but
that
but I mean, it's a lot cooler
yes.
stripping more off. But there is a limit to this audience. I mean, it is a free show. I mean, pregnant people sit around. They're always like holding their belly.
She's walking around like, oh yeah.
If I did that in public, people would like close down buffets. They would. They'd say, twice the price. You got twice as much room
No,
in
no,
there.
no. You got to go to the Chinese buffet. They say, no, you come for us. We do real good for you.
Okay, you know, we can't do voices.
Oh, I'm
Other
sorry.
races.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They'd be like me coming out and saying I'm the Black Panther, but the trans like best friend.
Wakanda.
Wakanda has a trans group, and I'm part of it.
Wakanda.
Anyways, how many people saw Black Panther this year? A few of you. What are you waiting for? Don't you have any black friends? What are you going to say when you see them?
You gotta have some
I mean, this is like
conversation
Black
pieces.
Star Wars. I mean, come on, folks. How many people know Victor Williams in town? Works with the Hip Hop Coalition. I'm leaving after the first time, and trust you, I waited a whole 2 weeks to go because I had a cold. I didn't want to spoil anybody's experience. So I waited 2 weeks, and as I'm leaving, I see Victor coming, he's all grins. I go, I know what you're doing. You're probably coming to see Black Panther, aren't you? And he goes, yeah, it's my 5th time. I'm like,
Okay,
it's
but
the
wait,
Black Star Wars. It really is. Going that many times, that's awesome.
That is true. But I just want you to know, my first go round, I got in the theater. I mean, no offense. I hope we don't get in trouble. We are rated R this year. So I go into Black Panther. I'm all excited. My first time. I'm in there in my little wheelchair. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I get in my little wheelchair section. Beep, beep, beep. I get there. I look around. It was number all. I said, where are the black people? It was all white people.
You were in the repertory cinema of La La Land. I'm sorry. You got moonlighted.
I was like, what?
She got moonlighted just like the Oscars did.
I was-
They put you in the wrong theater.
I think they did. I was the only one to some Wakanda. Wakanda. You know, I was the only
She
one.
starts woofing through it all.
I did. I was like, woof. Woof.
Every time a white person opens up a wrapper, she's like, woof.
Like, what happened?
She's like telling them where it is. Like, you're in Wakanda now.
I was just like, hey, I'm the only one. I'm going to represent. I'm there. I was like, woof.
She's like, colonists, sit down.
So everybody kind of looked around there like, oh, she's in a wheelchair. We can't say nothing to her. So I was like, yeah.
No.
I
It only
said,
goes
I
down
use
from
this-
there.
I use it for my advantage, you know? Hey, everybody else uses me. My kids get out of school. Yo, Mom, you got an appointment today? No. Well, you got one now. I'm not going to class.
You know, they have caller ID. You don't have to pick up the phone. How many people don't? How many people have like let their mom go to voicemail? Come on. Oh, come on.
Wait a minute. My
and
kids
how
is
many
over
of
the
you
front
lie?
row.
How many people are lying about letting mom go to voicemail? Yeah.
My kids all on the front row. What's up with that?
My mom called me 5 minutes before showtime. She goes, "What you doing?"
The same thing we was doing together last year.
Yeah, and I'm like, Mom, I told you I've got a show tonight. She says, well, we're at the Mackinac Bridge. Like, what am I gonna do? Get in my invisible jet like Wonder Woman and fly up there to hang out with her?
Now,
She goes, they
last
have
year-
blue ice.
I know last year she calls, hello, you know it's my birthday.
Oh, she's working it 101 different ways that birthday.
I said, oh my goodness. I said, didn't she know you had a show?
My
But it
mom
doesn't
was
matter,
born on
'cause
St.
I'm
Patrick's Day and she doesn't drink. Now, isn't that the saddest? That's a waste. I would almost say kick your birthday to the 16th or 15th. You know, but you don't get to have it on the 17th if you
He
can't
makes
drink.
up for it, though. He really does.
I do. I drink.
does, he
I
does,
drink
he
all
does.
the booze my mom gave up for other reasons.
You think it's time for Megan to come out now?
I think it's time to bring Megan out. What do you
I
think?
think so too. Oh, so all of you who were watching all day long, Megan did bring some cheesecakes tonight. She actually made them yellow. Woohoo! So yeah, I had a few of my own. I had. So I was like, oh my God. that's
How
gonna be
many
the
did you
bubble
have?
wrap. Oh my Jesus.
How many?
That's why I got on black. Yes, but he's got on the Spanx, not me.
Hey, wait a second. Well, you know the rule: on stage, on Spanx. Am I not right? How many people have been there? Okay, nobody. Thanks. The
Come
Spanx
on,
sits
ladies.
alone. All right. Well, Megan, as you know, is she defines herself as definitely not modest. She's
No.
inspirationally weird and pretty
agree.
hot for having a face like that.
That does that. Yeah, that makes you think she's winking at you all the time. So when she comes out here, she's not flirting with your man, and she ain't flirting with your woman. I don't know which way. Oh, but we didn't have that much representation from your community, did we?
Well, you
Oh,
never know.
but she's not
They're always
winking.
popping out of the closets.
Yeah.
You know?
So she's not.
I mean, tomorrow half this audience are like, "Woo, gay pride! I'm out."
Woo, yes,
That guy wore that purple gown and all that spangles, and I was changed.
yes.
It doesn't work like that. You got to get on a gay float first before you get your card.
Yeah. So when she comes out, she's not winking at you. She actually has dystonia. And she'll talk more about that when she comes out. But, oh, wait a minute. And she didn't bring her hunky husband this time, though.
I love how you threw hunky husband. Not just husband, but hunky.
But no.
You're holding on to stuff.
Hunky like this. He's fine, you know? Like that.
Okay, you get your own damn shoes off. Let's bring Megan
You know
out, everybody.
what?
Thank you.
See y'all. We be back. And I said hunky. I didn't say, yeah, like this.
Humpy. I know. You didn't say humpy, but you thought it. We left him.
All right, here we are. How are you guys? Are you guys having a good time tonight? All right, we're ready to laugh. We're at LaughFest. I am really excited to be here. I was here last year, and then the disability advocates asked me to come back because they apparently thought I was funny. So here I am. But I have some news for you guys. In case you didn't know, I'm famous. I am. I'll tell you how I know this. I was recognized while I was out shopping the other day. I was very excited. I got up to the cashier and she was like, "Oh my God, are you Megan?" I was like, "Who, me?" Yes, of course. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love you too. I love you too. And when my husband and I left the store, I looked at him and I was like, "See, I am a big deal." And he was like, "Calm down, Megan. We are at the dollar store in Grant." Yeah. I don't know if many of you know where Grant is, but yeah, there's Grant people. That's right. But it's a tiny little town. It's a tiny little town, and that's where I'm from. And I was like, "Don't poop on my parade," because I'm just one step closer to my next goal, and that's being recognized at a Walmart. Yeah. Maybe in Grand Rapids. Yeah, you got to have goals, people. You got to have goals. So like Tommy and Kimberly said, I do have dystonia. It's a neurological disorder. It's a movement disorder. It causes me to have muscle spasms all over my body, from my head to my toes. And yes, I know what you're wondering, also in my vagina. Yeah. Yes. Yes, it's like involuntary Kegel exercises. You know, Kegels. You know Kegels. You guys know. Yeah, ladies, you do your Kegels. You got to squeeze, release. My body just does it for me now. Thank you very much. It's a perk. It's a perk of dystonia. Yeah, thank you. Not only do I have excellent parking wherever I go, I have a vagina like a vice grip. Yeah. It's real good times, real good times. But and then naturally the next question people have for me after they find out about my spasming vagina, usually because I tell them about it because it's kind of exciting. They always ask me, "Can you have sex?" And I'm like, "Of course I can have sex. It's just going to cost more this time. This is a specialty now." Yeah, it is. Very special lady. But you know what? This specialty is reserved for just one fella. I'm sorry, guys. I am married, and he is hunky. He is, yeah. He's just not here tonight. He's home with the kids. But we have been together we've been married for over 15 years. Thank you. Yeah, that is an accomplishment. We've been together for 18, which is half my life. Which now you know how old I am if you do the math. But I didn't have dystonia when we got together. And he does not have very many complaints. He does not have very many, but he has one major complaint. His main complaint is when you are banging someone with a permanent face and a spastic vagina, it's hard to tell if they're having a good time or not. So I have to reassure him, you know. I'm like, it's okay, baby. It's okay. Don't worry. It's just like it was before. It's just like it was before. I'm still faking it. Yeah. No, I'm not. You know, I wouldn't be with a man for 18 years if he wasn't doing something right? Oh, man. So I have had brain surgery. Have any of you had brain surgery? There's a cranny in the house. All right, so you know what happens after you have brain surgery. I've had brain surgery twice. They still haven't fixed me, and I still had to pay for it. So yeah, remember that the next time you vote. But a lot of things happen to you in the hospital after you have brain surgery. People are always coming into your room. They're opening your eyes and shining little lights in them like a CIA agent. And then there's people coming in, they want to do tests. I remember this woman came in and she was like, "Okay, Megan, let's do some tests now." She was very peppy and I was not. And she goes, "All right, Megan, I want you to subtract by 7 starting at 100. I was like, "Are you shitting me right now? You want me to do math 12 hours after I had brain surgery? I don't know what kind of brain surgery you thought I had, but it's not the magical kind that makes you good at math." But I was a good sport, so I gave it a try. I was like, okay, 100 minus 7. Whew. 83, 39. She was like, "It's okay, you can stop now." She goes, "Let's do some words, okay?" This is a true story, you guys. She goes, "I want you to tell me every word you can think of that starts with the letter F." I was like, okay, here we go. Fuck, fucking, fucker, fuckery, fucktastic, fish. Yeah. She's like, "Well, you're more of a words person then." Yeah, it's true, I am. Yeah. So I have 2 kids. I have 2 kids. I have a 10-year-old and a 14-year-old, and they're always coming home and asking me to help them with their homework. If it's math, I'm like, "No, you go ask YouTube or Google. They're a better teacher than I am." But if it's words, then that's my jam. I can help them. I'm in it, all right? So my 10-year-old son, he's like, "Mom, I have to write a book. I have to write a how-to book." And he wants to teach people how to fish. I'm from Grant, you guys. There's not a lot to do up there, so we go fishing. So he is dictating to me, and I'm typing it. And we get to the chapter on how to cast a fishing pole. And if you don't know how to cast a fishing pole, I'm going to teach now in the words of my son. How to cast. First, you need to take your hand and put it on the rod. With a nice firm grip. Not too gently. You don't want it to slip out of your hand. And then you move the rod back and you thrust it forward. But not with too much force because you don't want to scare anything away. I typed that word for word. And it took everything I had not to laugh. And he got an A. So either his teacher has a great sense of humor, or she didn't know how to cast a fishing pole. I don't know. Oh, man. Speaking of fishing, when I was in high school, I was very naive. This might come as a surprise to some of you, but I was very naive. And I didn't know what the word masturbate meant. I didn't know. I thought that it had to do with fishing. I really did. I thought that you were a master baiter. You were excellent at baiting a hook. I didn't know. So I remember one time my friends were talking about masturbating, and I'm not one to not join in on a conversation. So I jumped in, and I was like, yeah, I'm an excellent masturbator. My dad taught me. It's something we love to do together. It's our father-daughter bonding time. Really, it's a whole family thing. Sometimes my grandpa comes. My cousins come. My brothers come. We are all masturbators. Needless to say, I did not get a lot of dates in high school. No. Oh, man. And still, to this day, I do sometimes not know what words mean, okay? I had a doctor's appointment recently, and we were talking about some very serious things. I love my doctor. He is an older gentleman. He tells me like it is. I feel like he is, on my side. It's hard to find that in a doctor. And we were talking about my prognosis, if I could have another brain surgery, things like that. And he got very serious with me, very serious. He put his hands on my shoulder. He looked me straight in the eye, made strong eye contact. And he goes, Megan, you are never getting better. You are not having another brain surgery. But if you need anything, you just finger me anytime you want. I'm going to let that sink in for you guys like it had to for me. I was told 3 very serious things: that I was not getting better, brain surgery was off the table, and my doctor wanted me to finger him. Yeah. So what do you do with that information? What do you do? Well, I'll tell you what I did. I reached out to my doctor, and that's when we both found out that the word fingering has more than one meaning. Yeah. Those of you that are my age or older will remember something called a rotary telephone, where you stuck your finger in the hole and you dialed the number. He didn't mean that he wanted me to stick my finger in his hole and dial his number. No. So we both learned something very valuable that day. Yeah, it was a real good time. Oh, I almost tipped over right there, hey. Oh, isn't it amazing that I can feel this bad? My neck hurts, I'm a little bit dizzy, and still look this damn good. Yeah. Thank you very much. Do you know how hard it is to look this good? It takes a lot of hard work, perseverance, and skill from a highly trained surgeon. Yes, it's true. I had plastic surgery, not on my face. This is genetic. Thank you very much. I had a tummy tuck. I did. I had a tummy tuck. This is not Spanx. I had a tummy tuck because I lost 120 pounds. Thank you. But I had help with that too. I had weight loss surgery. I had 80% of my stomach removed, and now it is just a teeny tiny little sleeve. And, I had it before I was diagnosed with dystonia. I did it for my health. I did it because I wanted to live longer, and because I have absolutely no self-control. No, I love to eat. I love food, especially this time of year when they bring out the Reese's peanut butter egg. Yeah, you like the Reese's eggs. The Reese's peanut butter egg is far superior to any other Reese's peanut butter cup product. They have done studies to find out why the Reese's egg is so damn delicious. It's because it has the perfect chocolate to peanut butter ratio. It is perfect, and I love them. And before I had weight loss surgery, I could pound down 3 or 4 bags at one time. It's true. I had no self-control. Now I can eat 1 or 2, and I'm satisfied. But that means I have extra Reese's eggs in the house, and I don't like to share. No, so I have to do what all the other moms do. I have to hide my chocolate in that drawer where that moldy thing of lettuce is and that leftover thing of tacos is underneath, so the kids don't find them, because that's my chocolate. And then I have to hide in a closet, shut the door, turn off the lights, because I don't want them to know I'm in there eating the chocolate, because it's my chocolate. So I learned a lot about myself after I lost the weight and had the weight loss surgery. I learned that I don't like to share. No. And then I was diagnosed with dystonia. I was running, I was healthy, I was doing all this stuff, and then dystonia happened. And I don't know if God is playing a joke on me. He was like, "You are too fabulous now. Here's a neurological disorder." But guess what? God jokes on you because I am still fabulous, okay? Yeah. And since I have become disabled, I have learned a lot about myself. But the number one thing that I have learned is that no matter where I go or what I do, I am a fucking inspiration. Yeah, I am. I had no idea, though, until I started leaving my house while disabled. I can be anywhere. I can be at the store picking out a box of tampons, and some woman will come up to me, put her hand on my shoulder, and tell me, "You are so brave. You are so brave." And I'm like, really? If I were brave, I would have sent my husband here to pick out my tampons without a photograph and a detailed description of the special tampon that my very special vagina needs. That's brave. You want to know how brave I really am, you guys? For the last 4 days, I laid on the couch. I didn't shower. I took a lot of drugs, and I just basically stalk people on Facebook. I think I'm living the American dream. I'm just in a lot of pain. It's okay. But then I thought, if people are going to think that I am inspirational, I should do something inspiring. So I thought about it, and I was like, I got it. I will do marathons. Yeah. On Netflix. Those are the only marathons I have any interest in these days. Yeah. Well, when you have a disability, a chronic illness, anything like that, you put yourself out there. You open the door to people who have unsolicited medical advice for you, and they will give it to you. Yeah. There are 4 main things that people have told me since I have gotten sick. And the number one thing that I get told is you should be more positive. Just turn that frown upside down. No, the only disability is a bad attitude. Well, that is not true, okay? That is not true because you know what, guys? I am a motherfucking ray of sunshine, okay? I am positive. I am happy. And what I'm most positive about is if anybody tells me to be positive one more time, I'm going to whack them with my cane. Yeah. Yes. The number 2 thing that I am told is, have you tried yoga? You should try yoga. You just need to stretch. Just like stretch it out. Maybe do a downward dog. Maybe, like a cat cow. Like a cat cow. Just, it'll cure you. My cousin's sister's aunt's uncle's cousin, she is cured because she did yoga. Bitch, I do yoga, okay? You think I haven't tried yoga? Of course I do yoga. It just mostly is me laying in the corpse pose wondering how the hell I'm going to get up now. But I do yoga, and it still hasn't cured me, okay? The number 3 thing I get told, you should juice. Do you juice? Have you juiced? You should juice. You know what you do? You just take everything and you put it in a blender. Fruits, vegetables, old socks, the blood of virgin goats. You just put it in the blender and then you drink it. You just have to get over that bitter taste and that really funky texture, but it'll go in your body and it'll give you all the vitamins and nutrients that are you obviously lacking, and it will cure you. You should juice. Of course I juice. Of course I juice. I juice every morning and every night. It is the juice of the coffee bean and the juice of the grape, right? Hello? Come on. I am a white 30-something suburban mother. I juice. It is my lifeline. Of course I juice. Oh, man. And the 4th thing that I get told often is, have you tried supplements? You just need to try some supplements. If you can't juice because you can't get over that bitter taste, just take a supplement, just swallow it down like a pill. It just costs $19.95 a month, but if you want to join my group, it's $34.95 or $750. We're all going to be rich. You just have to post it on your Facebook and your Instagram every 5 minutes. But really, I'm just the one who's going to be rich. But, you know, it'll cure you. It'll cure you. It will. It'll cure you. Try supplements. You know what? Of course I take a supplement. Of course I do. It is natural, herbal supplement, grown from God's green earth. And before I had dystonia, I went to the high school parking lot and got it from a moody teenager. And now I have a license from the state of Michigan to obtain it legally. Yeah. Of course I take supplements. Oh, man. But you know what? These people, they're just wanting me to live my best life, you know? They just want me to live my best life. Well, maybe my best life is me laying on the couch watching 26 episodes of The Office in a row, okay? Maybe your best life is climbing a mountain. Maybe your best life is doing yoga. I don't know. That's yours, not mine. But I am living my life. I'm up here. I'm telling you guys some jokes. I love to sing karaoke. I love karaoke. As a matter of fact, I was out not that long ago. I was up on the stage. I was doing my thing. I was all, and I will always love you. Thank you very much. I am an inspiration. I am a shoo-in for something like The Voice or America's Got Talent. They love a disability story. Oh, they love a sad backstory, and I've got it. I would win. Yeah. So I'm up there on the stage. I'm doing my thing, and this guy, he comes up on the stage. He puts his hand on my shoulder. He puts his other in the air, and he's waving it like he just doesn't care. And I'm and I wish you joy and happiness, and I am so amazing. And I was starting to believe it. Oh, I was believing it, you guys. And then I found out he was just trying to faith heal me. Oh, man, it didn't work. It did not work. Oh, man. Do you know who love people with disabilities almost as much, if not more, than reality television competition shows? Religious people. They do. They love us. And I'm not knocking it. They're always coming up to me and they're like, I'm praying for you. And that's great because I need all the prayers I can get. And they're like, Jesus loves you. God has a plan for you. And it just gets me thinking is all. Just gets me to thinking. And I'm like, oh, Jesus loves me. Okay. Well, I heard that that's a stairway to heaven, and I'm going to have a hell of a time getting up there now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. You too, maybe. And God has a plan for me. Okay. Well, before I had dystonia, I was a respiratory therapist. I worked at the Children's Hospital. I saved babies' lives. I literally helped them breathe. And I can't do that anymore. So instead, I'm here telling all of you about my spasming vagina. Yeah. So God has strange plans. I don't get it, but here I am. Speaking of my job, I miss my job. I miss working. I really do. And it's not really for the reasons that you would think, that it was fulfilling and I saved lives. It's because I miss my friends. I miss my coworkers. I miss all of my coworkers. I even miss those jealous bitches I overheard in the break room when I lost all my weight talking about how I was too skinny now because they were jealous bitches, okay? I miss them. I even miss Talks Too Much, Tanya. I miss her. I want to know if she's still full of drama. You know, I want to know if her baby is her husband's. Did they do the paternity test? I don't know. I'm not there anymore, so I don't get to hear the gossip. I miss being a part of a gossip ring and a rumor mill. I miss stirring that shit up. I miss it. You know, I miss going to work and hearing that Beth and Kevin were having an affair, and they were caught on the second floor OR by Beth's husband, James, and they threw down like it was WWE. It's like real life Grey's Anatomy / Jerry Springer. I miss that shit. I miss it so much. I can't gossip and stuff where I am now. I'm a stay-at-home mom, a wife. I can't look at my son and be like, oh my God, did you see what your sister was wearing today?
It's a lot of words.
She is trying way too hard. I can't say that. That's my daughter. I love her. She's amazing. And besides, I would never say that about anyone because I'm a nice person. But I do want to hear someone else say it about someone else, and I want to sit there and be like, yeah, right. She is trying too hard. It's true. I miss it. I miss that shit so much. Oh. And now, since I'm not working, I have a lot of time on my hands, and I get to sit and think. And one of the things I think about the most is, what's going to happen to me if there's a zombie apocalypse? I mean, I'm sure some of you have thought about it. According to popular culture, that kind of apocalypse is likely to happen. So I thought about it, and I figured it out. I'm going to die. Yeah. Yep, I'm dead. People are going to see me walking down the street, and they're going to think I'm a zombie, and they're going to shoot me in the head. Yeah. Or the zombies will get me. I'm slow. Zombies are fast, I guess, you know? So I'm dead. So I thought, if I want to survive this, I need someone to take care of me. And I love my husband, but, you know, he's not that kind of guy. But I have a brother who is. My brother is a military veteran. He was in Iraq. He has seen some shit, okay? So I called him up. I was like, hey, bro, zombie apocalypse. You got my back, right? He was like, oh, Meg, no, I'm going to have to put you down. Yeah, you'll slow us up. Sorry. And that's the loving family I come from. So if that doesn't explain a few things. Oh, man. You see here, I've got my mobility device. I use a cane to get around most of the time, but occasionally I do use a wheelchair. And there's a common misconception about wheelchair users. Not everyone who's in a wheelchair is paralyzed. Some of us are occasional users like myself. So I was at the grocery store the other day, and I was in my wheelchair, and I was rolling along, and I ended up in the liquor aisle because where else am I going to be, right? And I didn't see what I wanted right in front of me, so I stood up, and I looked at the top shelf, and I heard this woman behind me, and she was like, praise Jesus, it's a miracle! So I turned around and I looked at her and I was like, no shit. I thought they were out of vodka. Man, that'd have been a bad day. Oh, man. So I'll leave you guys with this. Dystonia is a rare disorder, and people always have a lot of questions, and I welcome them. I welcome the questions, especially when my teenage daughter brings a new friend home, and they haven't met me, and they're like, Mrs. Wirts, how did you get dystonia? So I tell them the truth, you know. I look them straight in their sweet little faces, and I'm like, well, this is what happens when you suck a lot of dick in high school. Mm-hmm. Saving lives, saving lives. All right, well, that's all I have for you tonight. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. You're wonderful. Let's give it up for Tommy and Kimberly. Thank you so much.
Yes. And they're playing our theme song for us.
Diana Ross, everybody. Hands in the air. I get a little bass in the back. I'm gonna two-fist it. We want to thank you for coming out from Gilda and Company.
Yes.
We want to thank you for a fabulous night.
I think I
Can
lost
we
my mic there. There it is.
keep it together? We're in the home stretch, Kimberly. Let's wrap it up and bring it home. It's a school night.
I know. Wait a minute.
But
No, what was really cute was my daughter's face. She's like, who's Gilda? I think we're dating ourselves.
wait. No, it means we have to do a better job of educating.
Yes.
So, anyways, we want to thank you all for coming out. We want to thank Disability Advocates LaughFest for hosting us.
Yes.
And this could not have happened without the wonderful Maddie.
Where is
Maddie,
she?
where are
Maddie,
you?
Where are you?
Maddie almost gave up a knee for this event.
Yes.
She took a spill one day and just bloody leg and bloody hands and look
she had to put up with me and Tommy.
for a whole lunch meeting.
Like, oh my God, can you imagine? She invited us to the office. She promised to feed us some Mediterranean food. And then she was like, now, Kimberly and Tommy, and this is how she talks. Now, okay, so I'm in charge of you guys this year. And she had like a stack of notes like this.
And we had nothing.
I mean, this is the queen and queen of,
Or queen and queen, depending on if it's Friday night.
Yeah, you know, of ad lib. And so she's telling us, here's your little notes. And so I was thinking, you guys, and me and Tommy looked at each other, and what did we do?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That was cute.
We want to thank you for coming out. Give yourself a round of applause.
Woohoo!
And with any luck, we'll be back here next year. So
Hopefully.
happy LaughFest.
Woohoo!
That's it.
I love you guys.
Good night.